Hey guys, Eric here, and it has come to my attention that there is a RWBY Thoughts TV Tropes page. Yeah, crazy, I know. I didn't think we were honestly important enough to warrant such a page, and let's be real, we probably aren't. But alas, it exists, and here I am today taking a look at it. And as an introvert, it is a little weird to read about yourself in the third person. Now, to be clear, this isn't like the first time this has happened. We do get the occasional nod on social media like Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Reddit. And as internet etiquette dictates, I'll be reading to and reacting to some of these today. Now, I won't be able to get to everything because, of course, the show is almost like 3 years old now. I'm just going to hit what I think are the highlights. Now, full disclosure, I don't know, nor do I want to know, who writes and maintains this page. So just a little preemptive, no offense to anyone who's worked on this page, okay? Acting for 2. The owners of Crumbling provide the voices for most of the featured male characters. Eric voices Oscar/Ozpin, as well as other incarnations of Ozma and Lai Ren, while Patrick voices Adam Taurus and Crow Bronwyn. Until the 4th casting call, see the other Darren below. Surprisingly, there are still people to this day who don't know that I voice both characters. Now, to be entirely fair, you guys don't really get to hear my real voice all that often. That, and I do try to go to some lengths to distinguish my voice between Oscar and Ozpin. You can hear some overlap at times, and I think that works thematically because they are reincarnations after all.
So, the Oscar Pine voice is just kind of pitched up and a little irritated, just slightly nasal.
Whereas the Ozpin voice is a little lower and irritated and closer to the microphone. Very fittingly, Weiss and Winter Schneer voiced by Acting Buggy. So yeah, true story. When I was first starting to expand the voice cast of RWBY Thoughts, I had no idea where to find voice actors at the time, so I just asked around our network, which is like 5-10 people, I guess. Basically, Patrick knows Chris, who knows Julissa, who knows Mari, and she sent us a video with her and Mari in it playing Ruby and Weiss, and that kind of just served as their auditions. Spoiler alert, they got the parts. Don't know if you noticed. But in the intervening months, this Crow video just kind of popped off, and it necessitated Winterside. Everyone was knocking down our damn door for the Winterside. So yeah, I think I emailed her and said hey, I know you signed up for Weiss, would you also be interested in voicing Winter? And she said yes, and that was that. And by the way, this still remains one of my favorite line reads to this day.
Father! Why didn't you love me?
Floral Ninja-chan voices both Nora Valkyrie and Neapolitan. I don't think I've ever told this story, but here it goes. Reba voicing Neo almost didn't happen. So yeah, this was a casting call, and I originally messaged her about Salem because I thought at the time she has the right voice for it, she's great to work with, let's give her a go. And by chance, she just happened to do a read for Neapolitan too, and thank God she did. It's like one of those moments on The Voice where the judge just smashes the button instantly and then the chair just turns around. Yeah, it was one of those moments. I do feel a bit bad for Kirby because I think we've made a segment of the fandom just hellbent on Neo having an accent. This accent in particular, if she ever does get voiced.
How supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, sorry Casey, I hope you can do an English accent, my bad. As far as more minor roles are concerned, Mari Fandub's voice of Ruby Rose also voiced Maria Calavera. Yeah, another true story. Basically that casting decision was a dumb pun. If you add A to Mari, you have Maria. She should voice Maria Calavera. That is the depth of my creative casting process. No, but really, when the Maria episode came out, I thought that does sound like Mari's normal voice. And it does create this unintentional theme of lineages in the voice cast, so basically I voice Oscar and Ozpin, Julissa voices Weiss and Winter, and of course Mari voices Ruby and Maria. And Emmy, voice of Raven Bronwyn, also voiced Summer Rose. This one actually goes back a couple of years, so basically in the first Raven video I had Emmy do what I could describe as a condescending Summer impression, which sounds like this.
Oh Raven, let's wear matching outfits.
And then when it came for the time to Summer to have an actual voice, I thought, it'd be kind of funny if the worst mom voiced the best mom. Now, it wouldn't be a true RWBY Thoughts video without this. Ship tease. Oscar has a crush on Ruby. Yep, for better or for worse, this channel is built on the foundation of Rose Garden shipping. Make of that what you will. I have downplayed it a bit, as mentioned in the section Precocious Crush, because it does seem their relationship's on that kind of borderline. If the ship is happening, it has been a real slow burn. But please, for the love of God, get that old man out of that boy's head so people can enjoy the ship guilt-free. Ruby/Weiss gets teased in more than one video. So yeah, RWBY Thoughts, Ruby's Thoughts. That sounds like it shouldn't be a sentence. Okay, let me take that. But yeah, basically Ruby's demeanor in her thoughts towards Weiss is based off of volume 1 through 3, as well as RWBY Chibi, where she does seem to be really, really obsessed with Weiss. It's almost kind of scary. And then there are just times where I want to avoid it, but I honestly can't because, Volume 6 gives you great setups like this, or this. Or even this.
You said you needed me on the ground?
Like seriously, what was I meant to do with this line? Crow sees his fight with Winter as belligerent sexual tension. Depending on how the ending joke is taken, he might have been right. Yep, the BST in these thoughts are meant to accentuate the fight scene. And yeah, I really do love this fight scene, not because it's only a fight scene, but it's also a conversation if you interpret it that way. Like, these two say so much to each other and about themselves in this short span, and they don't even utter a word. The Lucky Charm ship is teased quite a bit from Crow's side, as well as having his thoughts seem more sociable, if uncharacteristically self-conscious around Clover, than with Winter. Yeah, so it's not so much the ship driving the characterization of Crow here, it's more so his development between now and when he was first introduced, so that's really all there is to it. Harsher in hindsight. An example that became this for the writer Eric. What Crow really thinks of Clover was released the same day Volume 7 Chapter 12 aired for RT First members, where Clover was killed by being impaled in the back by Crow's own weapon due to a mistake he made, leaving him to cry out in grief. Due to having written the video long beforehand, however, Eric wrote in 2 lines that he later stated in the comments that he deeply regretted writing.
Whoa, that guy was a pretty significant character. We'd better watch our backs if they're willing to bump him off.
He died?
It's cute that you kids are still shaken up by death.
Yup, that pretty adequately describes the situation. So if you see like a feature tag here, then that means this video was written like a month in advance to give our voice actors adequate time. So for that reason, last minute changes tend to not be a thing for everyone's sanity. And oh god, yes, I remember this edit very clearly, and the moment the episode aired, I'm like, ah, fuck. The moment that Clover comes into his life, that's when the color comes back in, the jazz music stops, and like all this edginess just kind of goes away. Now, whether that's platonic or romantic, that's up for you, the viewer, to decide. But at the time of making that video, I did not realize we would be going back to black and white. Another fun bit of trivia here, basically, when Clover gets stabbed the moment he dies, like that's how slow the color drain is. You can kind of see it here in this keyframe image. So basically, the more it goes down, like that's basically the life leaving his body. It was a very sad edit. And rather morbid, to be honest, because I was looking for the frame where Clover died. Shout out. Alright, this list is nowhere near complete, and trust me, RWBY Thoughts is loaded with so many references that video could go on for like 30 minutes. And no one, I mean positively no one would want to watch a 30-minute video of me calling out every RWBY Thoughts reference in existence. Unless... And yeah, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed going through that oddly specific corner of the internet with me. Now, if you are into the whole TV tropes thing, I left a link down in the description below. It is editable like any other wiki, so feel free to fill in, subtract, edit, overwrite, I don't even know what else, to the page if that's your thing. And if you like that video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out our merch and Patreon. Thanks for watching.